let me ask you this, because I know we're short for time here soon. Let's say Trump gets into office and he hires you as national security advisor again. How would you end the wars in Ukraine and in Israel?
Yeah, so the first thing is you've got to know what your abilities are as a nation. And in our case, with the right leadership and the right positions, particularly financially and economically, because we can shut down a lot of things. The United States of America is so powerful economically if we have the right leaders in place.
Yeah.
And so that's number one. Number two is the world of information. So right now we're really not getting any truth out of our government. None. I hate to say it like that, but we're not getting anything. So immediately we have got to inform the American people exactly what is happening.
Here it is, by the way, guys. We're going to share the Citizens Defending Freedom.
Citizens Defending Freedom. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, there you go. Yep, beautiful. So, and then the next thing is you got to, and this is where the president,
so
the United
transparency,
using
our economic
the economic strength and power that we do still have when it's used properly, and gathering the resources. So bringing the people that are on our side right now, like NATO, right? And the partners, right? So to get them immediately and say, look, guys and gals, we're not going to do this anymore. We're not going to kowtow to NATO as they want to continue to expand into the Russian frontier. And I'm not pro-Putin. I mean, I've been called every name in the book, folks, but this is about stopping the killing. So Zelensky, who I look at Zelensky and I'm like, are you serious? Putin is very shrewd. So you got to be able to have a relationship. We know that Biden has not spoken to Putin in over 2 years.
Crazy.
So that's got to be like, that kind of a phone call has to happen immediately. The phone calls from the President of the United States, call this guy Khomeini, right? And tell him, you don't stop firing missiles, you don't pull these guys back, you're not going to see any peace. I mean, we have to sort of throw some cards down on the table that stick, if you will, right, before the carrot, that says we are willing to use this stick in such a powerful way that if you don't come to this table and you don't sit here and negotiate what we think we need to do, then here's the consequence, because we cannot have this craziness. So there's a strength that comes with leadership, and it comes with demonstrated courage. It comes with demonstrated, calculation. So it's not like you're just going like they're going to blame, the media will blame, this corporate media in this country will blame Trump and say he's a crazy man. He's going to start World War III. Trump never got us involved in any wars at all. None. Yeah. None. And here we are on the brink potentially of nuclear war in Eastern Europe. And I hate to say it like that, but that's how dangerous. So number one really is
you're dragging them both to the table, Zelensky and Putin, basically.
And you know what? And bringing people like the Chinese premier, prime minister, all of these nation states.
Okay.
So the Security Council of the United Nations. I'm not a big fan of the United Nations, but it is a place to gather for now. So the Security Council, and you bring these others together and you sit them there. The United States of America can do that when they have somebody who actually has all their faculties. We don't have a president right now that has all their faculties. I was not kidding about Uncle Joe 25 minutes ago or so. I mean,
he's in bed right now, probably.
Yeah, he probably is. He's getting close. Oh, it's actually it's after 4, so he's in bed. And then Harris. I mean, God help us. I've been on 6 continents in my military career, blessed, and to have done the things that I did. And
this is the website that you guys can donate to, by the way, on the screen. So, guys, go show some love over there. Help, some
if you want to
relief.
help, honestly, $10, $5, $100, and if you can't, pray for these people, because I was briefed this morning, and they just found a child wandering around in one of the small enclaves up there, half naked, freezing, but survived. So
awful.
So
But sorry, you were talking about bringing these people together.
Yeah, so the big question is, can we end these things? Yes, we can. But it takes the United States of America with the right leader to sit there. And part of it is this is the strength, one of the strengths of Trump.
Would you say that we need to allow Russia to keep that 20% that they've already taken at this point?
I think and the people in those Donbasses, they call them provinces, states, if you will. I actually think that those people have to be given a choice to throw it on the table and vote.
Okay.
Throw it on the table and vote. And
Do you want to stay with Russia or not?
Yeah, and I believe because we've already seen one of these occurrences take place during the time that Biden's been in office, where they did that, and they actually voted because most of those people are Russians. When they split up of Ukraine and the Warsaw Pact, so that's to me would be on the table for them, right? And I actually believe that if it was presented correctly and done transparently, I actually think that Putin would go, okay. And I think he would, because I don't think that he fears what those people want. And actually,
most of them are probably going to want to be with Russia anyway.
Yeah, because that's their native. It's not just their native tongue; it's their native culture. So, a lot of this, and we could do 2 more hours of nothing but the Budapest Accords in 1994, which we had. We had 4 leaders sit at that table, and one of them was Gorbachev, Bush, Mitterrand, and Thatcher. Okay, sat Budapest Accords of 1994. They basically, during those things, it was like an agreement that we all shook hands and said, no more like shift of NATO up against the Russian frontier. Okay, and we have doubled down on that. We screwed, so it's like you got to have.
We expanded when we promised we wouldn't, right?
So last point on this, because people will go freak out. Well, he met with Putin. Watch the movie. You watch the movie about what my brother Jack said, and he's right. So, what I am is I'm all about peace and trying to figure out how to get out of this mess that we're in. What we need right now in this country is we need a really, really strong leader. The one funny thing about Trump, and I could be his worst nightmare, actually, because I could have turned on him, but I didn't, because there was nothing there. It was
Unlike Mike Pence, that's
yeah, Mike Pence is sorry. But one of the things about Trump, in one of his leadership traits, and this is kind of, if you really understand the art of the deal, this is a guy that uses uncertainty to his advantage, okay? Mm-hmm. So he makes action, reaction, counteraction, right? So he makes the other side of the line uncertain about what it's going to do. So they have to have all kinds of options, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to, the middle linebacker, the deep safety, he's got to be really good, best in the league. And if you're going to deal with a guy like Trump, because he's looking this way, he's looking right. He looks left, and the guy's playing that, right? And all of a sudden he looks left and he hesitates for that 1 second, and the guy turns that way and he goes back deep to the right. Mm-hmm. And boom, you have a long bomb, touchdown. Trump has that level of uncertainty in his character. And the media, the socialist, communist, Marxist left, they don't like that about him, because they can't figure out.
Can't predict.
They can't predict.
Yeah, he's unpredictable.
And that's not a bad thing in warfare. So
interesting.
This episode is sponsored by Rumble Premium. The sponsorship's from Rumble, one that is incredibly important to the survival of all the companies. When Rumble first started in 2013, they built the platform for small creators, and they didn't censor or have biases. They were fair, treated all creators equally, and no one thought that these platforms would censor political conversations or censor opinions on the bear bug, but they did. Facebook admitted they fell into the pressure from the Biden and Harris administration, but Rumble did not. They held the line, and they were attacked from daily giving us the voice to talk to you. They are attacked from corporate media. They are attacked by the governments like France. They are attacked from brand advertisers who refuse to work with them. Corporate America is fighting to remove free speech. Rumble is fighting to keep it. Rumble will not survive with brand advertisers. They don't get much of it. Watching our show on Rumble is the most that they ask from you. But if you really believe in this fight and you have the means, one major way you can help Rumble survive is joining Rumble Premium. Join the community that believes in the First Amendment and believes in our human rights to free speech. Rumble is offering $10 off with the promo code STUDIO when you purchase an annual subscription. Go to rumble.com/premium and use the code STUDIO. Like I said, if you have the means and believe in the cause, now is the time to join Rumble Premium. And if you don't have the means, we're just happy to watch us on Rumble. So one more time, rumble.com/premium, use the code STUDIO, and thank you, Rumble Premium, for sponsoring this episode.